What's good, everybody? Welcome to Q and Cope here. It's going to be our last episode unless something drastic happens until about August. It's about that time where we all get our little breaks in the sports calendar, get in where we fit in. But the Cavs have just made some moves happen. Some people have thoughts about it. The NBA landscape is changing, obviously. The one thing I will say for everything that's happened is that I thought more would happen. Now, maybe more is about to happen before as open as the East is. I'm waiting for somebody to do something borderline desperate. Like usually that's what we get here, right? Maybe the Kevin Durant move happening as early as it did probably put a damper on all of that happening, because I feel like that is like the kind of guy you go for, which is like, oh man, KD, he changes things maybe 3 years ago, right, for a fledgling basketball team. But yeah, it's been interesting what's going on with this NBA landscape, how open it is. The Cavs brought in Lonzo Ball. I think that's the first thing we talk about. And I think I've been pointing this out for years where I'm like, I think Lonzo would fit perfectly on this roster. It's a question of health and how much it would cost to get him. Getting him for Isaac Okoro, I have no critique of that one there, Kobe. Now, there is a question of what happened with Ty Jerome here, right? Which is, I think, an interesting conversation to have. Because I think some of this should be looked at from the perspective of like, hey man, how badly did Ty Jerome want to return? I think some of it should be looked at as how badly did the Cavs want Ty Jerome to return, and how much did the Cavs blame Ty Jerome for a lot of what happened there, right? Against the Pacers, which I think is a bit unfair to Ty Jerome. And like how much, I think if we're looking at Ty Jerome, like, oh man, that's why we lost to the Pacers, I think that's a little crazy. Like, I think I think Ty wasn't helpful, right? But I think not having a point guard for the beginning part of that series and pretty much for the whole series, because Darius got severely injured after Game 3 again, was more impactful. I think Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs shooting woes as a team during that series were more impactful than just Ty Jerome. Like, Ty did not help. He was certainly part of the problem, but I mean, so was Max Strus at times, right? Like, so was Donovan Mitchell at times. So was Darius Garland at times. Like, I think the problem, if we're gonna fire Cavs for underperforming in that series, my point is, then the whole team should be fired, right? We should have just looked at Ty Jerome as like, oh, that's the one guy who underperformed, and just kind of shit on him.
Okay, so I understand what you're saying. You're trying to be extremely reasonable about this, and I appreciate that. However,
no, you don't. You a liar.
I appreciate you trying to be reasonable about this, because the entire team did underperform.
Yes,
but if we're ranking the underperforming,
no doubt. I don't want to say somebody underperformed more than Ty Jerome, right? But I do think players who played a more impactful role than Ty underperformed, and that was more impactful to the team than Ty's like complete no-show. Because at the end of the day, Ty's a 6-man. He is somebody who the team is built for. If he got it, he got it. We roll it. If he don't, we ain't gonna put him out there that much. Like, that is what the team is built for. I think the team is not built to survive horrific shooting splits from pretty much everybody in the starting five, or like even something like DeAndre Hunter playing as bad as he did in that series. Not as bad as Ty Jerome, but DeAndre Hunter not being effective is so much more impactful than Ty Jerome not being effective, right?
I just think watching Ty in that series, especially because the series before,
you watch him in that series. That's the thing.
Yeah, especially that Miami series, and let's be honest about that. That wasn't a real playoff series. Like, that wasn't a real. It wasn't a real playoff series.
We've been having to play in. The Cavs made it not look like a real playoff series, but it wasn't a true challenge. Right, like
it wasn't a challenge for them.
The Miami Heat could never threaten the Cavs, and that's the question with the Cavs. Is like, okay, when you're clearly better than somebody, you're going to win in the playoffs. But when a team threatens you in some way, do you have what it takes to overcome it?
If they offer a certain level of resistance to you, can you overcome that? You know what I'm saying? And like,
or are you gonna fold?
Like the Pacers punched them in the mouth. And even when the Cavs will punch the Pacers in the mouth, the Pacers will punch them back in the mouth.
That's
like,
no, we're not
going nowhere.
The Pacers took so many punches, man. I feel like people forget this, but the Pacers took so many punches, even in the Cavs series, where it's like we came out. I think we were up by like 15 in game 1 at some point. Didn't fucking matter, right?
They were up by double digits in a bunch of those games that they lost.
Yeah, it's not the Cavs didn't swing. Like, that's the thing that I think gets lost in all of the chaos of the series. Is like the Cavs swung so much, and like the Pacers, we just found out had an incredible jaw for this kind of thing, because like they did this to New York, they did this to Oklahoma City. Like, it was like, oh, this is just what they do. They don't go down. They don't die, right? Which we thought was unique to Cleveland. It was not unique to Cleveland. But I think we were the first team to find out just how real that shit was, because I don't think Milwaukee really thought they was going to have anything to do with this.
Especially after when Dame went down. Like, when Dame went down, they were just like, okay,
let's be real.
I'm
about to be real with you.
They was going to lose anyway.
Them trying to put Dame out there on one last breath was an admission of failure right there. Like, the fact that Dame played in that series told me you don't think you can win, right? Like,
also, we got to talk about it since we just mentioned it. They had Dame go out there and play on one leg. And immediately waved him.
By the way, shout out to Giannis with the classic Rich Paul LeBron James move, right? Which is, team makes a very unpopular move. Oh, I'm furious about it behind the scenes.
Don't like that. Don't like that at all.
Remember the reports? LeBron was blindsided by the Luka Doncic trade,
the Anthony Davis trade.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
It's the Luka trade, Cole. It's the Luka trade. Like, it's not the Anthony Davis trade.
From LeBron's perspective,
it is still the Luka trade.
He was blindsided that Anthony Davis was gone.
Oh, he's mulling his options, right? Like, okay, yeah. You knew you had to get homeboy out of there. Okay, like, they brought in Miles Turner. You telling me you ain't had nothing to do with that? Like,
Hold on. Breaking news.
Uh-oh.
The Toronto Raptors have signed Jakob Poeltl.
Jakob Poeltl? The dude
4 years, $104 million.
What? Are we talking about Jakob Poeltl used to be on the Warriors, right?
No, Jakob Poeltl used to be
on the Spurs.
He's been on the Raptors, but I think he was on the Spurs beforehand.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, man.
Jakob
Dudes
Poeltl?
get bags. Dudes get bags. Like, SGA got paid, deserves every cent. Good for him.
What was it? 250?
Yeah, 250 over 4.
Fully guaranteed.
Ooh.
Hey, man.
70 a year.
Hey, look, man, looking back, I used to have the opinion that Deshaun Watson contract wasn't the most awful thing in the world. Obviously, that opinion has aged like milk. But, dog, basketball players just now getting Deshaun Watson money.
It's like, whew. I mean, even his was 5. Was his 230 over 5?
Who, Deshaun's?
Yeah, was it 230 over 5?
Brother, I wish it was over 4, but it's over 5, yes.
Yeah, it's 230 over 5. I'm saying.
Yeah, it's 46 per whatever.
SGA getting like 270. He getting like I think it's like 250 over 4 or something. Like that. 275 over 4, something crazy.
Ooh, how old is he? Like 25, 26?
He's like 26, 27.
Ooh. Yes, sir.
Listen, man. Salute.
Hey,
get your money.
Hey, bro, you brought a championship to Oklahoma City. He ain't got to do shit the rest of his career but enjoy that money. I'm going to be real with you. Like, he got the MVP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done. He don't got to do nothing. Like,
MVP, chip, finals MVP, led the league in scoring.
Like a solid 4 years of like not doing shit. People are going to be like, oh, you know. What was it? Like, Giannis got like what, 5 years? He's still running on that free pass he got in 2021. Hey,
you good, bro? You good?
You don't have to do. This is why I don't understand why Giannis want to leave. What, you want to win more championships? You want to put more people happy? You got the one. Like,
you good in Milwaukee forever, bro.
Yeah,
you good in Milwaukee forever.
You go somewhere else, they expect you to get 3. Now you gonna live that. LeBron James does not look happy having to chase 6. Like, that's one thing I've learned. I think LeBron learned that at some point. That man got that 3rd ring and said, "You know what? It's good enough." Okay, like chasing that number of rings is the most miserable shit in the world. Once you got your 1, you good. What they going? They don't say nothing to Dirk. Hey, look, hey, you know what else Dirk got to do? Wash his hands of the Mavericks as soon as they traded Luka Doncic, right?
They defend Dirk doing it too. It's like Dirk should give up on
his rights.
Everything Dirk did for this fucking city.
You got Dallas fans, basketball fans in Texas like, nah, this player has his rights.
Hey, that's when you know you fuck up as a franchise when the fans don't defend you.
Damn. Oh, they defending jumping off the bandwagon. That is Cardinal sin number 1. Okay, like.
Hey man, the Browns will put us through a lot. We ain't never did that.
No, there was a moratorium on judgment on jumping off the bandwagon for like 3 years here. Like, losing wasn't going to do it. Trading for Deshaun Watson, I was like, I understand if you morally object to this. Like,
only 2 more seasons and we all good. 2 more
at this point, you can't jump off because of Deshaun though. Like, once he stopped being after the Achilles tear, it's like, all right, bro, like either you're back or you're not. Like, you know, like, you can't. I'm waiting off the contract. Nah, it's over.
You come back now.
I'll be a big brother Shore Sanders right now. Like, it's over. Okay, he know it's over.
Back to the NBA before we get sidetracked.
Yes,
we're not trying to talk about the Browns today. The Ty Jerome thing. It's
fascinating.
What's interesting? I've heard some things, some things through the grapevine about what went down, that whole thing. So, no sources, just throwing it out there.
Jaden Jacoby style.
Apparently, and I have not got this confirmed, but apparently, the Cavs offered him a contract before they traded for Lonzo, and before they extended Sam. And he wanted to leave because he was upset about getting benched in that Pacers series.
Cold. Now look.
That's what I heard.
I made a whole video about this on my Cavs channel, and people are like, oh, I can't believe that would be the case. And I'm like, have you ever been benched before? Curtis, have you ever been benched?
Oh, yeah, it's happened before.
Remember every time.
It's happened before. Sometimes it feels like it's unjustified. I'm like, they benched me. I'm like, for him? I'm like,
especially if you felt like you was playing good that year, right? You having a career year, you get benched, you never gonna be like, oh yeah, well, I understand the coach had to make a business decision. It's like, motherfucker, I've been good all season. Why you benching me now for him? You putting Craig Porter Jr. in the biggest game of the year? Bro, fuck this team. Like, everybody has seen that reaction to being benched. Now, I made the point early, like, hey man, we acted like the Cavs, like, it might have been Ty was like, hey, fuck y'all. Like, y'all gonna ask me to come back on market value?
Hey, real quick.
In game 5?
Real quick. Curtis, you banned Domo immediately.
Yeah, because he been pissing me off, man.
What he do?
No, man. What? No, he said, no, it was a little smart little comment saying, it was a little smart little comment, but we can't discuss it off camera. We don't gotta do it now.
No, I'm gonna say what Domo said because I saw it.
No, it was disrespectful, man. I'm tired of it, bro.
He said Curtis never got benched because he never got to play.
And that's
crazy. Curtis played in college.
I played, man. College. Stop it, bro. I did play, man. Stop
that's
it.
crazy,
like,
now, bro. Like he did not play in college. Like,
man, that's crazy, dog. Hey, Curtis gave him the boost so fast.
We let you fly with the line, dog. We're not gonna let you fly disrespecting Curtis like that.
No, man, that disrespect ain't happening, man. We banned him for the duration of the year. He gonna have to reapply in 2026.
All right.
26. Reapply for comment. Just for that. No, he been banned for 2026.
Real quick, dog.
You taking it far now.
No, I ain't taking it far. He crossed that line. I'm like, I bet. Banned till 2026. January 1st, he can reapply with an email document sent to both of us. We'll read it on there. Yes, email document, Times New Roman 12 space font. Gotta be reevaluated.
We stop mentioning Curtis, dog. Like you gotta leave him there alone.
Man, me and him been beef for the past couple of days, man. Nah, ban is justified. He can reapply.
A 6-month ban.
Yes, Sean, a 6-month ban. Guess what? And if you want to continue.
You're scaring the rest of the commenters, Curtis. You're scaring people, man.
Everybody in chat let us. Everybody in chat tell Curtis he was a phenomenal football player, right?
I wouldn't go that far.
I'm just but oh man, all right, 6 months.
6 months. Yep, 6 months. He can reapply January 1st. At 12 a.m. and at 12 a.m. I'm giving them a deadline. The three of us will review it.
You know what?
We'll discuss whether or not we can reappeal him.
Man, for this, we could say he was guilty. He was out of pocket for the crime. We got to do sentences separate from when we rule guilty or not. You know what I mean? Like he guilty of the crime. We got to at least let him present his case for his sentencing hearing before we get the maximum penalty.
Man, you want to f around and get banned too, bro. So you know.
We ain't gonna say that one.
Yeah. What happened?
Nah, man.
We're not gonna say that one.
We're just gonna keep getting worse the more we talk about it. All right, let's just move on. All right, where are we fucking at?
You blame Domo for this, man.
We talking about Ty.
Okay.
Allegedly wanted to leave because he got benched.
This was very predictable, in my opinion. And look, I get it. You could easily make the argument that Ty needs to be benched during that series. But that's just not how this shit kind of work, right? Like, if you want Ty to be a pivotal part of your team going forward, you have to demonstrate that you have a level of faith in him that is extraordinary, especially you're going to ask him to take a market level deal, right? Because you're asking him for extraordinary faith in you as an organization. If I'm like, hey, I could get more money or same money, bigger role somewhere else, and I'm going to sacrifice that to play this role here, you got to demonstrate some faith in the organization. The organization has to demonstrate that faith in you. And I bet when Ty Jerome got benched in Game 5, every single, thought in his head that was floating around talking about, hey, I don't think they really believe in you. I think they think you're a fluke, got confirmed. Because, like, you don't do that. You're a pivotal player in Game 5, you go out slinging with that motherfucker, right? Like, all right, man, Ty gonna catch fire. It's Game 5 anyway. The odds of making a 3-1 comeback were not high. This is not the time to experiment with the rotation. Because if you fail, here's the other pivotal part about why I think this was the worst move Kenny Atkinson made all postseason. The thing about doing this in Game 5 is if you do this in Game 2 or Game 3 or earlier, you have the ability to repair that because it's like, okay, that didn't work. Let's go to something else. Let's go back to Ty. Give Ty the opportunity. He can get over this shit. But you do this in Game 5, and that's the last taste in his mouth if you lose. You have no real chance to redeem this, right? If you did this in like round 1, if he was struggling in Game 2, and then he was able to redeem himself in round 2, he's not going to fucking remember any of this. But you do it in Game 5, the most important game of the season, what ended up being the final game in the season, and you show that you don't have that faith in him, I cannot be surprised when he turns around and tells you to go fuck yourself, right? When it comes to to free agency, because what do you expect to have happen there? I think I argued against it at the time, to be fair. That I understand why everybody wanted to bench Ty, but it's like, hey, you cannot just do that, right? Like, you, especially with the guy going into a contract year, there's going to be consequences to it. And for as good as Kenny is with the people stuff, and he demonstrated during the season, I thought that was an egregious error. Like, that's an error a dude like Kenny can't make. And that to me is like, there's bad coaching decisions, staying in the 3-2 zone after that, after it had a little bit of success way too long in game 4, got picked apart. Okay, I understand how that can happen, right? Like, you get one fucking thing to work in this series, you're going to try it out to see if it could change something. Okay, that's not really something that I can be upset at. It's something I don't like, but it's not something I'm going to be furious about. Benching a player that was a pivotal part of your success in a 60-win season off of 3 awful, horrific games is just like, if you were Greg Popovich, could you bench Tony Parker because he had 4 awful games, or do you just go, hey, bro, we got to let Tony shoot out this shit? Or is it that you don't see Ty like that in your system, and that kind of got exposed when you benched him? And now he knows how you really feel about him.
It's kind of like, normally I would want to defend a player in this situation, but also, like, hey, bro, like, you were so bad in that series. I honestly think Kenny should have benched him earlier in the series, to be completely honest.
I think the time to bench him would be earlier. I think there would have been time to be able to, like, hey, this is why we're doing this.
You ain't got it right now.
Yeah,
it's
just like, hey, defensively, you're too much of a liability on the perimeter against them. It's just not a good matchup. It's not anything about our belief in you or anything like that. And then if the series goes the way it went originally with it, then you could put Ty in at the end and be like, all right, let's just roll the dice here, put you in. Maybe Ty plays better. He feels better about it. Or maybe the series goes your way because you don't play Ty so much, and you get a chance in round 3 against New York, where he absolutely probably would have had a pretty good series, to play him more and get that taste out of his mouth. So, yeah, I agree with you. Earlier would have been the time to do it. Doing it in game 5, even if, like, by that point, it's a half measure. Because you've already demonstrated you're going to go out with Ty Jerome. You might as well just fucking finish it.
Yeah, you waited too late. You waited too late to do it.
Yeah, either you were going to have the balls to make the move early, or you were going to have or you were going to just have the balls to stick it out. I would have respected either way. But doing a half measure, panicking, and this is why I think this is a horrific move. I think he panicked. I think he was like, oh, fuck. He's bad. It hasn't worked out. I got to do something. Let me change Ty Jerome out the lineup. That's what I'm going to do. That's my adjustment. Because he was getting his ass beat on the coach's side by Rick Carlisle. Every single adjustment, Rick Carlisle was smoking him. And look, Rick Carlisle going to do that to you when you ain't that experienced, right? But you can't panic and do something like that when you want that guy to come back next year. Like, I get the arguments that Ty was horrific and he needed to be benched, but it's still on Kenny Atkinson to handle that properly. Maybe he didn't need to be outright benched, right, by that point. Maybe a minutes restriction was in place for Ty Jerome, right? That's something I think he could have understood. But when Craig checking in before you, oh, it's over at that point. Like, the relationship is done. And I don't think it was worth it. Like, I don't think anybody is sitting here feeling like it was worth it.
It's just so, like, I'm just trying to get it out of my head, bro. Like, he was so bad.
He was awful.
Dog. He was so bad. But like, also, like, it's also what I don't understand is, like, bro, you You left for less money than Sam Merrill got, and that's a whole other conversation we can have.
Hey man, being pissed off will do that to you though. Like I bring this point up all the time. You will see this in the NFL all the time. You see this in the NBA sometimes too, but you see this in the NFL all the time. I remember when Jarvis Landry did not come back to the Browns because he didn't want to take a pay cut. He ended up taking that pay cut to play for the New Orleans Saints. Now, he knew what the money was going to be for him, but it's one thing for you to offer me that. If they offer me that, I'm fine with it, right? But the Browns came with their extra baggage, right, of the relationship they had with them, what they tried to offer him, what they didn't. That's what the Cavs are dealing with, where it's like, hey, it was going to be more expensive for the Cavs to keep him than it was going to be for the Memphis to get him, because Memphis is going to be able to get him off of, hey, man, this is what the market is. That's not going to be disrespectful or perceived as disrespectful to Ty Jerome. But Cleveland being like, hey, man, this is what the market is, after you spent the whole last fucking year telling me how important I am just to bench me in game 5. Hey, man, what the fuck? Like, you're not buying it now. It's not making as much sense if you're Ty Jerome. And look, another thing to consider, his best friend is a very important part of this team.
Mm-hmm.
And this whole team's thing is the vibes, right? The vibes are a big strength to this team, is how much these guys like sacrificing for each other. You just introduced a whole nother level of paranoia because you want to bench a dude in fucking game 5. Horrific coaching decision. I will stand on it forever. You want to do this shit earlier, I got no beef with you. If you want at the game 2, you want the bench Ty going on the road, let's see if some shit changes, I think you had room to do it. But you want to do this shit the last game? It's too late for all that. You just got blown out by 40. You're not coming back 3-1. You might as well see if Ty got it. Because what was your other option in that game, too? That's what else baffled me about benching Ty at that point. What the fuck else was going to happen for the Cavs at that point?
No idea.
What were they hoping for? What exactly were... Sam Merrill didn't even play in that game because he was injured, and we still benched Ty Jerome. That's the part I think he finds the most disrespectful. We were down a guard, and you benched me?
Also, if we're criticizing role players for their performances in that series, Sam was not good in that series. Sam wasn't good in that series.
Nobody was good in that series. Not a single soul shot the ball well, and I think that's the big reason why the Cavs lost in that series. Nobody was shooting well in that series, except for Evan Mobley. Hold up the conversation, right? Now, I do think that, look, my opinion about the Cavs this year is going to be Evan Mobley centric. They can make some small moves and make it easier for Evan Mobley. They can make some small moves and make it harder for Evan Mobley. But the truth is, I think Evan Mobley has to be considered one of your best offensive players in order to win a championship and make the leap. Like, the leap is in the hands of number 4. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. I think they made a trade to help the leap. Because when you go get Lonzo Ball, you don't get Lonzo Ball so Lonzo can score. You get Lonzo Ball so he can get the ball.
I wonder
the scores
of being okay with Ty Jerome leaving and like bringing back somebody who could space the floor like Sam Merrill is about, hey, we're going to switch up the shifts when it comes to how we play these guys and maybe play Darius and Donovan more and play Evan with Lonzo a little bit more often so that Evan can take more of a lead when it comes to scoring, have some rotations out there where he is the only like guy that you look at to get a bucket, right? So maybe like him, DeAndre Hunter out there at the same time. And you run like a kind of a faster, taller, but, you know, smallish ball lineup as your second unit kind of with Evan still out there. I think also another thing that they're going to have to do is play Evan a lot more minutes this year because his cardio is not where it needs to be in the playoffs ever, right? Like there's always moments where it's like, oh, Evan needs to play 40, but you got to put him on the bench for a couple of minutes in the fourth because he needs a blow. That kind of stuff can no longer happen with Evan Mobley going forward. So maybe that's what they're doing there. But yeah, I think either way, Ty or no Ty, and I don't know if this makes it easier for Evan, but like, My overall opinion about the Cavs and if they can get over the hump will be squarely based on where Evan Mobley is, more than likely.
Yeah, I think the Lonzo Ball trade, when you look at it, as for like from a lineup perspective, because remember last year they played Ty, Donovan, and Evan a ton together.
Yes,
like they played them a ton together. So Ty is going
play Max with Darius, and they would play
Jared Allen. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So like, and then they throw D Wade and DeAndre and whoever in, to fill it out, Sam and whoever to fill it out. So the way I see it now is that second lineup, Ty's out, Lonzo's in. It's going to be a lot. I think the ball is going to move a lot more. I think Evan's going to get a lot. I think he's going to get a lot more shot attempts because Lonzo and Ty are just like two completely different. Like the way their approach to basketball is completely different. Like Lonzo's really not trying to score at all.
This is a non sequitur. And we'll get back to it because we were actually like breaking down basketball, but I'm reading the chat and people are having these comments about Ty Jerome in Memphis and people being surprised. I will tell you this. The further south you go, the more they don't ask that question. They kind of just know about a dude like Ty Jerome. Like, I'm just gonna bring that up. Like, the amount of questions I had to answer about my quote unquote racial ambiguity lessened the further south I lived in my life. That's what I'm saying. Like, that man basically in Mississippi, right? Because Memphis, right there with Mississippi, I promise you they know.
I love this show so much.
You are not going to get that from any other show.
I'm telling you, nobody else will touch it. Nobody else will touch it.
Hey, look, and some of y'all right now live in the South know exactly. Hey, my family is from Louisiana. There are folks that I'm related to that they have no question about that if they were born in Cleveland, there would be questions, but there is no question out there. I'm just saying, they not going to question it with Ty. They not going to question it with Ty. Okay?
It is what it is.
First man I heard speculate that Isaiah Hartenstein was a brother from the South. Okay.
The interactions between Ty Jerome and John Morant are just going to be the greatest interactions of all time. Oh man, that's going to be fun. I think
South Carolina is the difference.
Yeah.
He from one of them Carolinas, and if he from South Carolina, he gonna give Ty that regular dap off rip. No explanation needed. Okay. Think about where these situations pop up. It's usually never in the South. Like New York is where it happened, right? Like different understanding of what happens.
Adam said the South spotting that one drop.
Hey, my lady club here is she got the eye. Okay. Like she'll tell me something. I'm like, what? And then we look it up. She's right. Okay. Like down to the parent. Okay.
Okay, no, that's crazy. If you could like guess the parent, if you get the parent, bro. That's crazy.
That's not a skill set we got up north, dog.
I'm like, nah, I can't tell.
No, down south, they'll snip that ancestor out. Okay. You got a fourth cousin somewhere, don't you? Like,
what?
Yeah. What?
The South is a different place though. Because anytime I've been down south in Georgia, like you ever go down south and you visit family, and it'd be like other people around that you don't know.
Yep.
And you'd be like, who is that? And then I'd be like, man, who is that? And then when my cousin would be like, I'm stopping right there. That's your cousin. You'd be like, what?
It was a play cousin for 3 generations ago. Now they just family. Right?
It's just like, what you mean? I've never seen this person a day in my life. What you mean that's my cousin?
Look, man, nothing points this out more to me than how people reacted to Paige in UConn and how people react to Paige Beckers in Dallas. Okay.
Beloved.
Had to explain a single thing, right? UConn, they just show you the family pictures and everything. She got down there to Dallas, like, what's up, fam? It's all good. You gonna put them pictures away? We don't need to see them.
Oh man, what were we talking about? I thought we were talking about basketball.
We were talking about Ty Jerome.
we talking about Lonzo.
Lonzo, yeah.
Yeah, talk Lonzo on the lineup.
I feel like we were talking about basketball. It's a crazy.
I feel like we're talking about basketball a little bit. But yeah, man, having him in the lineup with Donovan and Evan and whoever they like decide to flank them with, like, I don't know if people have watched Lonzo play before. Obviously, he was in the Lakers before anything, so I watched him a ton. He gets Lonzo. It is a different Lonzo. It's the health thing. But even with the injuries and him being older, he still pretty much plays the same way. It's literally just a health question. Like his game, his game wasn't like overly reliant on athleticism or anything like that. Like he's a very low usage basketball player. He's trying to move the ball immediately. As soon as he touches the ball, somebody open, he passes the ball. Like he passing the ball defensively. He anticipates extremely well on defense. Like he reads and like reacts to passing lanes. Like it's almost like supernatural the way he does. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's insane. I think he's what they need. I honestly think in a guard, like he is what they need on offense and defense. Like his best skill as a scorer is just like as a spot up shooter. Like the majority of his field goal attempts or like his actual shooting attempts are just going to be wide open threes. Like that, those are the only shots he's trying to take or layups right at the rim. Like that's the only thing he's trying to do. But if guys are open and if guys are like, even for like a millisecond, if somebody is open and can get a shot, he will get the ball there. It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, like Lonzo, the way I view him offensively is he is a piece on offense that he's not gonna like score a ton or create his own shot or stuff like that. But it's kind of like how like people were wanting Ricky Rubio to be when he was here, where he is like enabling other guys to be more efficient, right? Yeah. Like I think it'd be interesting to see what he looks like on the floor with like Donovan Mitchell. Right, where it's like, oh, Donovan's gonna get some really good shots, right? The shot quality of everybody on the floor is gonna get better, right? He's gonna find those backdoor cuts, and I think one of the things that was missing, and shout out to Tony Pesley, he brought this up, I think after game 2 or 3, game 2. It was game 2, and he was like, I think the Cavs' biggest problem without Darius Garland on the floor is there's not a single player that looks at the floor from a playmaking perspective. Like the best you got is maybe Max Strus or Evan Mobley.
Which is bad. I'm sorry, it's just bad.
Yeah. Another underrated thing, Cole. Lonzo Ball can inbound the ball like at a high level.
I thought you were gonna say rebound the ball at a high level.
No.
He can't. This is the thing about Lonzo though. He does like all the little things. As long as you're not asking him to score the basketball, he can do it.
Your hope is, that this could be a little bit of a we got a Josh Hart at home situation, right? Like
he's honestly kind of like if you could imagine,
they were teammates.
Yeah, they were. If you could imagine a poor man's guard version of Draymond Green,
that is a difficult parallel to
but honestly, like if I had to compare him to something,
like what year of Draymond Green are we talking about? Like
any year, but like it's like the way that Draymond impacts a basketball game without scoring the basketball, but you can tell he has an impact defensively, he has an impact on the boards, he has an impact as a facilitator. You know what I'm saying? And like occasionally he'll hit some open shots. You know what I'm saying? But like that's how Lonzo plays to me. Like when I watch him, but he's just
like
a guard.
And would be really useful with him on the floor. Like that's the kind of player I'm like, oh yeah, he's gonna get a lot out of DeAndre Hunter, right? Like Jared Allen has another guy he could be on the floor with, right?
Yeah.
And score. Because I think that's the thing. When Darius ain't in there, them points go down for Jared Allen, right? Because Jared relies on that. So yeah, I really like the addition of Lonzo. I think I brought it up like 2 years ago on this show. I was like, hey man, I think Lonzo makes sense. He just ain't healthy at all. I'm happy to see he's back on the floor. Swapping him from Isaac Okoro, like worst case scenario, I thought you was going to have to give up Isaac Okoro anyway for nothing. Getting Lonzo out of him, gambling on Lonzo, I think is a tremendous bet. Now we gotta see what this whole vision looks like. And to Kenny's point, to Kenny's like credit, as much as I shat on him for the whole Ty Jerome thing, he might have a vision here that cooks, right? Because we certainly didn't think this team was going to win 60 games when they hired him. So he might have something in mind here of how he's going to make up for those points. Maybe something with Sam Merrill is going to click, like maybe more time for him. I don't know. Like maybe there's another move to be made here. I think on the surface, most people would have wanted Ty back instead of Sam, and like don't really understand that decision there. I like Sam. He's a good defender in my eyes. Like he's not awful. And he can get into passing lanes, get a little thrifty. Like this is gonna piss off the Isaac Okoro fans in the chat. Didn't really see that much of a difference between him on the floor than Isaac on the floor in most series.
I'm gonna be real with you, man. They're both just kind of there. To be honest, like they both too kind of there.
I go get blown by, but you're not like, yeah, Sam, great defense. Like that's just, and you know what? I think the one thing that'll make everybody happy is if the Cavs could somehow acquire somebody who plays defense and claps in people's faces. Like I think that's the kind of energy the Cavs fans are missing from this roster. We don't have anybody who claps in somebody's face.
Are you saying you want Dylan Brooks on this team?
No. There are levels to the clapping face thing, right? Like you don't got to be Dylan Brooks who takes it to an extreme. But
I honestly think Dylan Brooks could actually help the Cavs. I just don't know how much money he's making, so I don't even know if that's like.
I think he's making way too much money for it to be feasible.
Yeah, like he might be making like.
I think that's a good. I think that's a large part of like the Jalen Suggs, like why people are so willing to offer up Darius for it, because like Jalen Suggs is that kind of a defender who will clap in your face. I mean, Nemhard is like that. Mathurin is like that, right? Like, I think Cavs fans want that energy on this team on the perimeter from a defender. Lonzo, he's not going to clap in nobody's face, but Lonzo's a good defender.
Oh, Dylan is making 21.5 a year.
Yeah, man.
Rule that one out. Rule that one out.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah, 21.5. Making more than Jared.
Making more than Jared Allen.
Yeah, Jared only makes 20 on the dot.
Hey man, they somehow finagled that into Kevin Durant.
And also Jalen Green, though, just the
boy, the Suns.
Can't stand Jalen Green.
Easy to scam. Oh my goodness.
Oh, easy.
Well, I bet Rob Pelinka about to try to get Devin Booker off.
So what? $500,000 American dollars? Yeah,
it's not Canadian. Not Canadian.
Hey, in fairness to Dylan, like he was a starter on a team that was the second seed in the West. That's not nothing. To be honest, that's not nothing.
There's a giant caveat there. He is a starter in a team that was the second seed in the West, where our main criticism was
well, to be honest, the main criticism was about Jalen Green.
The other guy they traded for?
The main criticism.
Nobody was like, hey man, the Rockets are the 2 seed because of that starting lineup. Right? Like that was not a def lineup, Golden State Warriors situation. Right? This was a man. They got something there, but they got to trade for somebody.
It was like really good defensive team, extremely good defensive team. They need somebody who can score consistently. They thought Jalen Green would be that guy, and Jalen Green was absolutely not that guy.
Good Lord. I don't know how you ever look at Jalen Green and be like, that man's going to be consistent for me one day.
I've been saying it for years. I don't like people be like, oh, he's gonna figure it out. He's gonna make the leap. And I'm just like, nah.
it is worth pointing out, like how many guys who are inconsistent in their youth really turn out to be consistent in their adult years.
It just depends, because like if you're inconsistent like your first year or even like your first 2 years,
I'm saying like if you were inconsistent in college at that level of play, where you were probably better than most of the guys you play against, I feel like you're gonna be inconsistent in the pros.
Yeah, it just depends.
Unless you were like learning to play basketball. And Jalen Green absolutely was not at that point in his development. Now, he didn't play college. He played in the G League, but still.
Also, G League Ignite is the worst thing to ever happen to the
Was Kaminga the best player to come out?
Might be, actually. Yeah. Might be.
Yeah.
Because we got to think the Thompson twins played in that other league.
They played in the overtime elite league in Atlanta, Georgia, across the street from Atlantic Station.
And they are way better than most of them, like all of them dudes.
Hey, look, and they realize they already admit that was a mistake. I think they told Gilbert Arenas' son, don't do that. Like, don't go to overtime league.
Yeah, man, just go to.
You want to go to an actual school, bro?
Go to college. Go to college, please.
Yeah, it's a weird place because like we had lived through this weird era where it was like people were finally doing something about college athletes not getting paid, but colleges weren't. So like for a couple of years, there were a lot of like weird plays. Remember, LaMelo Ball played in Australia with RJ Hampton. Remember that? And like all of these other things that were going on. And now like the NIL is a thing. They going back to college. And look, if people complain about NIL and all that shit all the time, I'm like, it is. I think it's better than somebody going to Australia. Or what? LaMelo went to Lithuania at one point. Like a D league and with Lithuania.
Lighten them up too. Light him up.
No, he wasn't. He was getting lit up that first year. Now, when he came back in the JBL, because look, I watched all that shit, bro. I used to be into the Ball in the Family Facebook show. You know what I mean? So look, I know the whole arc. He got his ass beat when he was with Staukis in Lithuania, but when he came back with the JBL, started playing junior Olympic teams, he was hooping. He was hooping. But then he went back to high school. In one of them high schools that ain't high schools.
One of them high schools that ain't high school.
They cannot qualify for the state tournament. I'm just pointing that one out. My man played 3 years in pro basketball and then played high school. That cannot be a high school.
Man.
Yeah.
NBA free agency just been like, it's been kind of blah, man. It's just kind of blah.
Every year, bro. We expected like it's gonna be like 2010 every year, and it's like I don't know. I felt like there was room for one of these teams that finished like below 4 to do something crazy. Doesn't seem like anybody's doing it. I think Orlando's like, nah, we got Desmond Bane, like we good.
Like,
Detroit ain't done shit. What's Detroit done? I'm shocked.
They got Karras.
Okay, come on, man.
Come on, man. We don't gotta be disrespectful on here.
I ain't being disrespectful to Karras, but like, we gonna be properly respectful. And I feel like they got Karras is too much respect. It's
like they did that. I was like, they did something.
If the Cavs didn't do shit but bring back Karras, you'd be like, they not serious. They not serious. What the fuck, Karras?
But they had to bring in Karras because Malik Beasley is in a little bit of trouble.
Bro, and they brought him back with the one coach that I do not trust with Karis LeVert. Has been proven to not be trusted with Karis LeVert because he'll do shit like start Karis LeVert.
No, because they got what's his name? He got hurt this year. I can't think of his name. Ivy, I think.
Oh, Jaden Ivey.
Jaden Ivey, yeah.
Let me tell you something. JB gonna find a way to put that motherfucker in the starting lineup. Okay, he gonna have him out there running point guard. There were times where like I can't imagine that Karras would start, and he started. Okay, like
I'm not gonna lie though, like Detroit's kind of like I feel like they're a move away from being serious.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're a move away from being serious.
I just got the same report that you got about the Ty Jerome thing.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I was so fucking right. Okay. Like, I just want some people to know that. Like,
hey man, don't have sources, but
hey, bro,
it came through.
Intuition. I was like, he don't look happy, and you benched him in Game 5. And sometimes a lot of this takes putting yourself in that man's shoes. Would you want to come back after that?
Oh, did we play the ESPN Cleveland video about what happened?
No, we
did not.
Defense.
Did we play that?
You want me to download it, put it on? We can do it.
Yeah, download it, put it on, man. Download it, put it on. That's gonna be funny. That's gonna be.
We'll see if it's working because like Twitter's been really pissy about downloading clips from their website recently.
I mean, the owner might get deported, so.
I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore, man.
We just trying to have a good time. Okay, just in. The Cleveland Cavaliers have signed number 49 overall pick Tyrese Proctor to a 4-year, $8.69 million deal. The first 2 seasons are fully guaranteed, 3rd year significant partial guarantee, and then 4th year team option. I think it's pretty significant that he got a roster spot immediately after getting drafted.
I think they chose Sam Merrill over Ty Jerome. I think.
Okay. I think they're searching for stuff right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think they're trying to search for answers, and they're hoping they're gonna find these answers in training camp. I think that's just where they're at.
I'll be honest. When they picked Proctor, I thought that he was gonna be the Sam replacement. Like when I was watching him play and stuff like that, I was like, oh, okay, this seems like somebody who's better than Sam.
He might be in a couple of years, but like that's the thing. It's like a 49 pick. I mean, dog, and it's very questionable whether the 4th pick is going to be helpful in year 1. Like on an awful team that absolutely needs you to be useful, right? Like the 49th.
Look, man, sometimes it happens. Sometimes they work out like that for real. Like,
I mean, like, is he super old or something like that?
No, he's a junior, so he's not even like super duper. I think he's like 21 too.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, man. Like it's probably gonna be more impactful for the Charge than Cleveland in year 1. But hey, I hope I'm wrong. I hope we see something.
He's 21 years old. He's 21 years old, and he played all 3 years at Duke. 4 years, I mean.
Hey man, this is a fucked up way of analysis, and I'm not being serious when I say this. So please don't.
3 years. He was there for 3 years.
But hey man, 3 years at Duke in this era.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Is that a benefit? Like I'm just like
I'm gonna have to start looking up juniors who are impactful in the last. All
right, you got a bunch of white dudes from 2000 and something. Okay, like
man, it ain't been that long. It ain't been that long.
Juniors, well, hawk ass maybe, or like dudes who were. When Josh Hart was like a second round, Kyle Kuzma might be it.
Kuz was late first. Yeah. Josh was late first.
Oh, okay. I thought those were second round picks.
No. Kuz and Josh were late first. So I got like second round picks. I'm gonna have to look.
Late second round picks.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough.
Like what? Well, we got Jokic. It took him like 3 years.
We definitely got Jokic. That's one.
Yeah.
Let's see.
When was Pat Bev? Pat Bev was undrafted, right?
No, I think Pat Bev was a first round pick.
No shot. He was a first round pick.
I think he was like a late first. Let me see.
I ain't even gonna do that to a young man. Had them expectations be high on him. I'm not about to do this to him.
Says you're not about to do it.
Man. Nah, because then people gonna be mad at him because he don't live up to expectations, or be mad at the cat. Why are we playing Tyrese Proctor more? I'm like, brother, he was drafted 40. Is this Amani Bates all over again?
I was in the space on Twitter, and Mac Perry was it. And the people were saying, hey, we need to play Imani more. Like, we need to see what the young guys can do. And da 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 da. And like 3 days, like 4 or 5 days later, Imani got waived. I was just like, hey man, we trying to tell y'all, bro, like they don't got time to waste on these dudes, man. They do not have time to waste on these dudes. Oh man.
Even the dudes who do play, it's like what Craig Porter been in the league like 4 years. Ain't got
I'm trying to see. We got a perfect example of guys who were late second round picks and figured it out and stuck. Isaiah Joe. 2020, 49 pick.
How many guys did you have to comb through to get to Isaiah Joe?
I just 2020 draft. So I was like, I'll just pick a random draft and go from there. He was 49th pick. He stayed 5 years in college too.
5 years. What school though?
Shot Arkansas.
That's not like being at Duke for 3. It's like drafting a dude who been at Alabama in football for like 5 years. It's like, what's going on with this man? You drafted the 5th.
Wait, let me. Oh no! Okay, no. That they're showing me how many years he was in the league. How many? No, they're showing me how many years he's been in the league. Okay, let me see how many years he played at Arkansas. Let's see. It's gonna make me do a whole nother search.
Do you see Tony Pesta came in here, dropped the shrug emoji in the chat when we was talking about Ty?
Dropped the shrug. Yeah. So they're just showing me all the people who played for Arkansas. Patrick Beverly. Oh yeah, I was right. You were right, Hugh. You were right. Patrick Beverly, round 2, 42 overall.
The fact that we named 2 players and got to Patrick Beverly this quickly tells you the odds. Around. Like, how many other players were selected?
Like this is actually crazy. Let me see.
Dog, the second round is hell.
It really is hell too. Let me see.
Bro, we are this close to being like, hey man, Bronny James is a really good scenario for a second round pick, and not like making it hyperbole. Let Bronny, if Bronny get like 3 more point games, he's in the upper echelon of second round picks.
Another guy in the same draft.
Draymond?
No, 58 overall. Paul Reed. He just got paid, actually.
Mm-hmm.
He was a 58th overall pick in the same draft.
I would just like to point out that we are at mega ball lottery odds right now, and the reward is Paul Reed.
Just saying, man. It's some guys who made it.
Hey, man, it's some guys who made it too, but that don't mean I'm about to be out here having high expectations for anybody who's undrafted.
Let me see. I know Luka Garza just got paid too. Brandon Boston Jr. just got waived. Let's see.
Yeah, somebody pointed out my guy G Bush loved him some Imani Bates. Yeah, it's the main guy I saw making the videos. Yeah, my man. Yeah. My man was out there. We need to give him some minutes. And I was like, gee, we don't. I disagree.
My whole thing with this was like, hey, bro, who are y'all trying to give him minutes over?
Nobody ever answers that question.
Like, who y'all trying to give him minutes over? Like, he not better than Jalen Tyson. Like he was their 5th best player on the G League team. Like what? Like who was he gonna get minutes over?
Yeah, Imani Bates.
You couldn't even play him. You couldn't play him over Sam.
I'm gonna say this, and because of how people talk about things, it's gonna be seen as disrespectful. But Imani Bates would be really like useful if the G League weren't so attached to the NBA like farm system, if it was his own league. Because like if he could just have a solid career there for 5 years, he'd be the best player in the G League. I just don't think any of those skills transfer to the NBA in like a championship team setting. Like maybe in like the 2000s on a bad team, he could have got like 15. Like Brandon Jennings style. Pure bad efficiency, but just pure attempts, right? Well, yeah, that's the thing with Bates. I just the efficiency, that's the difficult thing about developing young players where we are with the Cavs. You need guys who need to come off the bench and be efficient. And efficiency is so difficult to get to in the NBA if you ain't played that much. And you're just not going to get it out of Imani Bates, like, who's never been a role player once in his life, adjusting to that. Like, maybe in like 5-6 years, he bounces around the league, he learns the right lessons, he gets to the right offenses, gets to the right fits, the right coaches, then he can get to that place. But that journey is long. Cats ain't got time for that shit. Like, think about the guys that they've turned into role players successfully here. They've been to other teams. Sam Merrill, not his first team. Greg Porter Jr., I think this is his first team, but he's been in the league a while.
It is his first team.
But it's like, what, they've been bouncing around the G League, all kind of shit. It takes forever. Okay? Like, this is not a quick and easy process. This is going to take, like, development in basketball just takes way longer than people are used to with other sports. Maybe like baseball is a second, because baseball development takes fucking forever. Like the dude can be in the farm system forever, come up, and then you gotta wait 3 more years for it to get right in baseball. So it's not baseball long, but it's not like football where it's like 3 years. We should know. What? You're not gonna know. So yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't want to put nothing on him. He is a 40th pick. Brother, anything we get out of Proctor this year is a bonus. Like, every rebound he gets, I'm like, that's a bonus. So it said Okoro would be like prime Ron Artest in the G League.
I don't know about that. But he'd be putting up numbers.
Okoro might be good in Europe though.
Yeah, he'd be a dog in Europe.
Yeah, so the length is his issue. Like,
Jose Alvarado was the 2nd round pick. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah. I mean, look, yeah, maybe they get a surprising scenario like one of these guys that are clearly outliers, because we can name a sea of 2nd round picks that have not worked out, or it's kind of sat the bench for a couple years. But yeah, maybe we get that. Maybe we don't. I'm not going to depend on that. And I pray to God the Cavs aren't, right? If Kobe Altman get up there like, we're expecting a lot from Proctor this year. Oh, we're cooked. Like, I'm like, okay, we're cooked. We're going to lose in the 2nd round again. No doubt about it. This plan sucks. And that's no disrespect to him. It's just like the truth. Like, you out here betting it all on the 2nd round pick. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, that can't be a plan. Bro, I would resign immediately. Like, I'm not about to be tied to this. Like, what? There are certain decisions aren't going to work, because why would you ever make this decision out of anything other than desperation? So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't think that's their plan. Someone said Dinwiddie, Chris Middleton. Dinwiddie makes sense.
Good 2nd round pick. Good 2nd round picks, both of them.
Yeah.
Chris especially. Chris wasn't even supposed to be a 2nd round pick. He was only a 2nd round pick because he got hurt.
Even then, he got traded like twice.
Mm-hmm.
For
you, Domo.
Don't play with that. Do not play with that.
Don't do that. Don't do it.
I'm talking to you, Cole. Oh, yeah. 2nd rounders in the NBA, it's like this. The equivalent to a second round pick in the NBA is like late lottery.
What do you mean?
Like the NFL equivalent, the NBA equivalent to an NFL second round pick.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
It's like late lottery. Like, is it? You might get some. Like, ain't gonna be surprised you get you a role player out of there, right? Or is it mid? Like, where do we take Isaac Okoro?
5th overall.
Yeah. Okay. The top 3 is like what we think of NFL first round picks, where it's like you want to get somebody who's gonna be with the franchise for 10 years. Because there are a lot of drafts where you're picking 5 and you're like, fuck, I don't know.
It's kind of hard to find the equivalent.
Because you gotta split up the rounds in a different way.
And also, like, some NBA drafts are just like way better than other ones, where like you could have like the 12th pick and be getting like an all-star.
Draft, we're talking about like 200 something players.
Yeah, in the NBA draft, it's 60.
Yeah, and like that can vary wildly based on who's coming out. Is it a double draft? Like, that's why these pick protections are always there in NBA trades, and they're not really there in NFL. Because like if you get a second round pick in the NFL, you're going to get a second round value in most drafts. Like, some drafts are shitty, but it's a pretty safe bet. In the NBA, you need them pick protections.
Yeah.
Because
it could be a bad year. Like, it could be a terrible draft.
And you could that's why the deferment happens, where it's like, we could defer this to next year.
Or it could be a crazy draft. And you're like, no, I need that pick right now.
Hey, some years 3 gets you Evan Mobley. Some years 3 gets you Joel Embiid. Some years number 2 gets you Hasheem Thabeet. What didn't fucking Luka go like 4th in that draft or something like that?
It was DeAndre Ayton, Marvin Bagley, and I think Luka was 3rd.
Yeah, some years you get Luka 3. Okay. Some years you get Trae Young at 5. Some years you get Isaac Okoro and Obi Toppin.
Was SGA 11th?
Mm-hmm. Paul George was somewhere in the teens. Crazy draft that year.
Kawhi was
the 11th draft was nuts.
Kawhi was late.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Billis was like, "Hey man, it's like I need people to understand. Like Cooper Flag is going to be the number 1 overall pick, but like historically speaking, the best player from this draft is probably not going to be the number 1." It's historically speaking, like the number 1 pick usually isn't the best player. Usually doesn't end up being the best player from the draft.
Yeah, like LeBron.
LeBron 100% was the best player in his draft,
no doubt.
But like, think about it. Blake Griffin went number 1. He wasn't the best player in that draft. It was Steph.
I mean, that's a tough fucking draw for Blake Griffin. I
don't even think he was
James Harden was in that class, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna say James Harden was in that draft, so he's not even the second best player.
That's what I'm saying. That entire class was because like there was no doubt he was going number 1 overall that year.
Yeah.
Hey, bro. Sometimes that's the thing with basketball. Development is crazy because you're drafting these guys so young.
You don't you think you know. You think you know, but you don't.
Like, you converse that with the NFL, where it's like it's not rare at all for the best player in that draft to be number 1 overall.
So, like, this is a perfect example, right? This is a perfect example. Paolo Banchero, 2022, number 1 overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Williams is in that draft.
Mm.
Now, I think Paolo's better than Jalen, but like, it might be an argument. Also, Chet was in that draft, but he's better than Chet. He's definitely.
I don't know what happens at 2 in these NBA drafts. Who's the greatest number? Was Chet 2?
Chet at 2 was a good pick.
I don't know. Sometimes 2 be on some good.
He just can't stay healthy, really. He just can't stay healthy.
Yeah, like
and then you go, okay, so like, go ahead.
Chet at 2 is not bad, but like you look at some of these other 2s in NBA history, and it's like Marvin Bagley.
Some of them, you got some like real bad picks at 2.
Hasheem Thabit, Sam Bowie, like some of the worst NBA draft, but like the worst NBA draft, like passovers have happened at 2.
Yeah, honestly.
Then there's like Johnny Flynn, obviously, which wasn't at 2.
Like Cade went first.
Mm-hmm.
You could make the argument he's not the best player in his class, but it's either him or Evan.
Yeah,
like
Evan has been all NBA. Has Cade been all NBA yet?
Cade was all NBA third team. Evan was all NBA second team, and obviously he was defensive player of the year and all defensive first team again. So like, it's
Cade is that archetype of player that's going to get a lot more credit from NBA fans than like Evan is, right? But you can argue impact on the floor. I mean, look, Evan's never been on an awful team, and I think that has a lot to do with Evan Mobley. Right,
yeah.
Like,
the Cavs have been a good team since Evan's been on it.
The Cavs have had a window since Evan, and the window is Evan. Like every year, like the Cavs, Donovan Mitchell will play so good sometimes where we convince ourselves that the window is not Evan, and then in the playoffs we are violently reminded every year the fucking window's Evan Mobley. Like every year, I think that's what we keep running up against. We are only going to go but so far with Donovan Mitchell as our best player.
And then, of course, Jalen Green is number 2.
Yeah, I bet they want that one back. Hell,
after that,
Scotty Barnes at this point, dog.
Like, I was like, Scotty all-star. Scotty's cold, bro.
Yeah.
Scotty's cold.
Bro, if Scotty was on that team, they might have got out the Warriors series.
100%.
That's crazy to say. But they would have somebody outside of Sengun who can get a shot.
And like, I mean, Jalen Suggs went 5. Josh Giddey went 6. Jonathan Kuminga went 7. And then Franz went 8. Franz is definitely better than Jalen Green.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm trying to go through these other drafts and see like who was the number 1 overall pick. Okay, Anthony Edwards is number 1 in 2020. I would say I'm looking because there's LaMelo's in that draft, but he's not. I'd say Ant-Man got him. Tyrese in that draft. I'm still taking Ant. Trying to see if there's anybody else. Tyrese Maxey is really good, but I wouldn't say he's better than Ant. And then Desmond Bain went 30th, but he's not better than Ant either. Trying to see anybody else. Nah.
We gotta find the tracks. We gotta find the tracks and get back on them, dog. Like, we have veered.
I'm over here. We went way off the tracks at this point.
Every time you pull up Wikipedia, we are off the tracks, dog. Every time.
I'm on Basketball Reference. I just want to throw it out there.
every time we are on an encyclopedia, we have gone off the tracks. Is there anything else NBA wise we want to get in?
Not really, bro. I mean, like, outside of the Cavs doing something crazy in like the next couple days, I don't really think there's anything else we need to touch on.
All right, we're gonna play this clip from Brian Windhorst, and then we'll move to super chats and other things that I want to force into this podcast.
They chose Lonzo Ball over Ty Jerome. The Cavs looked at what
there it is.
Happened to them. I don't think they chose Sam Merrill over Ty Jerome. I think they chose Lonzo Ball over Ty Jerome. The Cavs looked at what happened to them in the playoffs and saw that one of their big problems was perimeter defense. And while Ty was awesome this year, in the playoffs against Indiana, when they went down, he could not get a stop. They attacked him every single time. And so Lonzo Ball, if he's healthy, and of course it's an if.
There's something to say. As much as Darius gets shadowed for being this horrid, awful defender,
yeah,
the guy on the team that did get legitimately played off the floor was not Darius.
It was Ty, man. It was Ty. It was bad. It was bad, dog.
It was like, I make this point all the time, and I get why people don't want to hear it because people just are fed up with Darius for whatever reason. But I'm like, that's what it looks like when a player is unusable defensively, right? Like my whole thing for like, hey man, we got to see if we got to take Ty off the floor in that series, especially if they were going to do it early, was like, he is useless on these fast breaks that the Pacers love to force. And we aren't shooting a high enough percentage to slow that down. Like because like think about what happens in that series. You're shooting 30% from three, which means there's hella rebounds to be had by the Pacers. And they can push the floor with every single one of those rebounds. And then you got Ty Jerome out there who can't get in front of anybody on a fast break situation. Now, you slow the game down to a half court set, he's fine. But fast break, he's burnt. He ain't got the feet. He look like Zajunas out there. Like, it's tough for him. It's not his bag. These things were compounding on top of each other, right? Like, the missing the shots was creating the fast breaks, which was just exacerbating this Ty Jerome issue. Now, I have a question on whether the Cavs should have made a decision based on that, because, like, yes, he was getting fried in that series, but should you make a decision assuming you're going to shoot 30% from the floor again? Because, yes, this does help you if you shoot like shit in the playoffs again. Should you anticipate that, though? Or do you just make some bets with some? I know they call it arrogance, but sometimes you just gotta be like, that shit ain't gonna happen again.
Kobe said, "Fuck that. we not even taking a chance. I'm not even taking a chance."
That's where it's problematic for the Cavs this offseason. So much of that has to go on. How much do you anticipate happening again? How much do you not? For me personally, I'm not going to be too concerned about what happened on the floor, and I'm going to be more concerned about the injuries. I want to prepare the team to be prepared for those injuries. I think you could run into a lot of mistakes if you're like, hey, man, we got to just prepare for shooting 30% from three. Because what the fuck are you going to do?
It still trips me out that Evan Mobley was, I think, by percentage, the most accurate three-point shooter for the Cavs in that team.
He's the best player on the floor percentage-wise, I think, for both teams in that series. Like 52% from the floor. And we could get that man more than like 5 touches in the fourth quarter combined in all the games. It's like crazy.
I'm just like, yo.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You know what Evan Mobley is? He's kind of like Deebo Samuel. Where it's like every time the 49ers lose, they pull up the Deebo Samuel touches him like, what the fuck happened? He's like an elite running back. It's like, why did we get the ball to Derrick Henry in the fourth quarter? Why did we forget he exists? That's how we talk about Evan Mobley, dog.
Yeah, I just hope we're not talking about that anymore.
Yeah, man. Look. If this season's going to be a success, I need that to be a victory lap we take. It was like, oh, Evan Mobley, fourth quarter guy. He's up there in clutch minutes. Cool. We can shut the fuck up about it now. Right? Like, that is going to impact this team more than any trade, in my opinion. Is what is Evan Mobley going to be in the fourth quarter from now going on? Because if it doesn't change, we'll be the same team we were last year. If it does change, we got a chance to be different. I think that's it. Like, that's really the Cavs story. Like, Lonzo Ball ain't gonna make you get out the second round by himself. Ty Jerome wasn't pulling you out the second round by yourself. The only guy who's capable of doing that is Evan Mobley.
Man, we don't see.
And look, Pacer fans were scared to death that we was going to start using Evan Mobley. I remember somebody commented on the video. He was like, I'm so thankful y'all didn't use him because he was cooking up everybody. And it pissed me off even more when I was watching this, like the run that the Pacers were on. And it's like, oh, Miles Turner and Pascal Siakam were all world defenders against the bigs that they played against. And I'm like, I saw Evan Mobley fry these motherfuckers up so easy. He's so good, bro. Just use him. Like, it's not even like we like develop him. Just let him do it. Like, he's there. He took Andrew Wiggins off the dribble, the Jason Tatum stopper. Y'all remember that?
And call him the Jason Tatum stopper is so hilarious.
Nah, Kobe, you called him that one time. I remember it pissed me the fuck off. I remember that. You're like, he's an all-star starter. He's somebody who look at the job he did against Jason Tatum. I'm like, oh my God, that pissed me off.
Hey, no, I was like, hey, locking him up in that finals. I ain't gonna lie.
The Jason Tatum stopper, bro. He drove right past him, yammed on his ass. And we can't use that in the fourth quarter. We can't use that in the fourth quarter. There's no way. There's no way that dude, after doing that, doesn't think I should have the ball in the fourth quarter. Bruh, he's a much more humble guy than me. Let me tell you. If I did that shit in the playoffs, I need the ball. Okay. Mati. What we gonna do? Donovan, we see what we can do with you. Second round. We try to get out the second round. Give me the ball. Whew. We need to bring back that ball hog energy from the 2000s, man. It's costing us some greatness. Okay.
This one of them times where it makes me sad that Kobe passed, because I'd be like, you know who ever need to work out with for something?
Hey, yeah, Kobe pop up on ESPN. What you need to do is take more shots. Okay. Look at all the variables you're leaving it up to when you pass it. Why do that? You shoot 45. Why would I pass it to somebody who don't make that shot better than I make that shot?
He was doing film breakdowns too. He'd be like, "You see right here, you pass it. You see how you passing the ball to Sam Merrill? Why? Why?" Why?
Kobe be the only person being like, Jason Tatum needs to take more difficult shots. This nice here, but you could have got contact. Okay. You wasn't looking for the contact. Like, it's outrageous shit. But yeah, Evan needs to find his inner, he need to work out with Julius Randle. Like, he need to work out with somebody who said, fuck the bullshit, give me that ball. I don't care about none of this shit. Give me that goddamn ball.
Julius did that to Anthony Edwards in the playoffs. He was like,
in a pivotal game. Come on.
he went up next to him and was like, give me the ball.
Like, playing with it. Like, give me that shit, bro. Like,
give me the ball. Like,
immediately did an angry old man dribble drop. Yeah. And then just walked away. I was like, yeah, see, that's I need Evan to do that. Okay. You know what he need to do? He need to hoop with some old heads. That's what he needs to do. Right? Because old heads at the rec, they understand that better than anybody. Like, game point come on at the rec, you play with old heads, boy, you already know what time it is. They about to see if they can get away with fouling, all kind of bullshit. But they gonna get that game point. Like, but yeah, man.
Should we talk about the Steelers?
Ooh. We gonna get to the Steelers. We're gonna end on the Steelers. I want to talk about some of the stuff going on in the W right now, because what the fuck are the Aces doing, dog?
They stink.
Man, I started this as a joke that the Atlanta Dream might get Angel Wilson. I mean, not Angel Wilson, but like, we might get Angel, dog. Like, it might happen. Like,
you know what I'm saying? The South Carolina Dream. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bring it on, dog. South Carolina only 3 hours away. Fuck it. Everybody from Atlanta, half of them from South Carolina, anyways. Okay, I've been to them games, dog. When somebody from South Carolina check in, it get loud. I remember I was at a game, and I think it was Amamir. She's on the Valkyrie right now. She checked in the game. I'm like, what the fuck happened? I looked it up. She played in South Carolina. That's all that happened.
She might away.
Hey, bro.
Yeah, but Asia gotta go. She's gotta.
Yeah. Alicia Gray, Tahina Pow, just connect the whole group, bro. Come on, come to Atlanta. Raise that value, because we are the lowest value team in the league, and get some equity. Fuck it, like get 5%. While you at it, you can afford it. Like,
hey, you seen the pre-sales for the Cleveland team?
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Already over 2,500.
No, because like that Valkyries team, I don't know if you watch a game out there in Golden State. They don't play. They don't play about that team.
Yeah, they're serious about that. They're serious.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait till we get to be like that.
Oh yeah, look, I can't wait to offer up y'all some bullshit trades. Give me a coffee. Give me your best player.
Are you sticking with the dream even when we get the Cleveland team?
Brother, I've advocated for a coach being fired, and I've had my day ruined by this team. I'm locked in. You know, that's the two things that lock you in. Once you happy about a coach, if you ever see a coach get fired and you like, yes, let's go. Okay. And you ever see they lost to the Lynx this weekend, dog? I was mad.
You was mad? Like,
yeah, bro.
Mad?
Like my girl was crashing out on Thread. She was like, it's bullshit reffing. We was both tweeting about the refs, dog. I'm like, we locked in. This a dream household. We mad at the refs. We got beef with Nafisa Collier now. Okay, like,
I'm never gonna have beef with Fee.
Hey, dog, that shit sound real good. Wait till Cleveland have to play her. You gonna find out. They not the nice people that they come off as, dog. They be getting that bucket. They be getting them buckets. It be annoying as fuck. You be like, oh, we defended everything. Nafisa get open for like a little second. Fucking drains a three. They are the most annoying team to play against. You can't fuck up and you can't take a break for nothing. We had a 12-point lead in the fourth quarter, Cole. They came back in 2 minutes.
You were absolutely furious about that. You are furious about it. No, I fuck with it.
Ryan Howard, I now know what it's like to root for a team that has Anthony Edwards. Because Ryan Howard's the same thing in the W. Not the same type of player, but the same thing where it's like, man, some days Ryan Howard look like the best player in the fucking league, the future. Some days you really legitimately wonder what's going through that young lady's mind. She took some bullshit at the end of this game, dog. She took some bullshit. And I knew it was going to be bullshit. Because, like, with Ryan, you know it's going to be bullshit. Because if she get the ball, she start going downhill, okay, she about to cook. It's about to look like Kyrie Irving up in here. But she get that ball, she start thinking about it at the top. You're like, oh, fuck. She's about to jack up a deep three for no reason. Off balance, on the move. You don't practice that shot, right? Like, bro, I was so mad when she shot that. I'm like, you're playing the Lynx, and this is what you... I don't even think we needed the three. Bro, I was so pissed.
You come on the pod. He's just like, okay, but real quick, we need to talk about the dream.
Bro,
what are we doing?
I'm going to force Dream Fandom on this pod. Like, bro.
No, I'm really, really excited for the Cleveland team though. Like, I'm excited for that. It's gonna be so fun.
Yeah, hopefully. Look, the thing is though, it's good that Cleveland's getting that team first because they're adding so many players that at some point, like right now, this is such a surplus of good player to team right now. Eventually, we're going to hit the point to where it starts to normal itself out.
Yeah.
And these expansion drafts back to back like they haven't. Look, part of the reason why the Aces don't look good right now is because they got wiped out by that expansion draft.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's going to have an effect. And I'm like, how many people do we got to protect, right? Because, like, it's going to be hard for the Dream to keep Pow. Like, it's going to be hard for a lot of teams to keep a lot of different players. And also, like, I made this point on Twitter. People were like, I'm scared I was going to make the Caitlin Clark hive be angry. But I'm like, hey, man, this idea that Caitlin Clark is going to walk through the league is just not going to happen, right? Like, because it's going to be tough. It's only going to get tougher for Caitlin as there's more teams added. And she's got to get a lot better, like, to be that kind of player that can carry a team to a championship. I don't think she's there yet. I think it's a bit premature, right? I think people are kind of crowning her with stuff that she's not there yet for. Really good player, all-star, obviously, but not there yet. Like, she's not about to walk in there and just beat the Lynx off the strength of, like, being Caitlin Clark in a 3-game series. It ain't there. Like, work need to be done. And also, Enrique to Chicago needs to happen.
I don't know. I don't think that's what they need.
They need somebody who can make shots.
They need somebody who can pass the ball. That's what they need. They need somebody who can pass the ball to Angel.
But the amount of shots Enrique shoots and the amount of rebounds Angel gets, there's gonna be some unofficial assist happening.
Man, nah, they don't need that.
It's gonna be.
They need a facilitator. That's what they need.
It's gonna be the same symbiotic relationship J.R. Smith and Tristan Thompson had. Okay.
Oh, man.
I got you.
Angel is legitimately their best passer, and that's crazy that she is. Like, she is their best passer on the team.
Yeah, because I think Sloot's in Eurobasket, so like that was.
I think Sloot got hurt.
Yeah, Sloot's either hurt or in Eurobasket right now, and then they traded for Ariel Atkins, and they traded. Here's the thing that's crazy, bro. They could have had Sonya Citron.
Yeah, if they had Sonya, they'd be cold.
But they traded her for Ariel Atkins. It ain't working out.
No.
Ain't working out. Hey, I don't know why they decided to trade all these. I don't know why they decided to trade all these draft picks. No, they have on that roster. Like, I get why the Fever got excited, went all in. But I don't understand why the Sky did that. They should. Off-season moves don't make any sense to me anymore.
Yeah, they should have just built the draft. Even like letting Kenny Carter go. Like, she had to be a locker room disaster.
Yeah. The fact that she's not on the team right now tells me a lot.
Yeah, because like she's easily the best. Easily the best guard.
Either that league has significantly more restraint than the men's league, which is a possibility, or something happened. The fact that there's not a lot of people in the league too being like, yeah, free my girl Kennedy. Man, something happened.
Yeah, something happened. Something definitely happened.
Yeah, because like usually, all-star get out the league, people be like, it's crazy. I ain't hear today Aguma K point that out once, and I'm like, there must be something. Okay, like
so there's a little bit more to that story. A little bit more to that story.
Yeah. I mean, we know. But yeah, it's it is an interesting spot. Cleveland gonna get that team. They're gonna play a Rocket.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna play Rocket, yeah.
That'd be dope. Look, Cleveland gonna support that team.
Yeah, people were like, why is Cleveland getting the team? I was like, because that stadium's gonna be packed.
Hey, look.
That stadium. Summertime. And them tickets gonna be cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be packed in there. It's
gonna be packed in there. And look, for everybody like, the Browns are leaving. We're missing all those dates. Hopefully, you can pump up that women's team, dog.
Go support the Rockers. Yeah.
Whatever they're gonna be called, right?
I'm pretty sure it's the Rockers. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but that's gonna be great for Cleveland, and I think Detroit too, right? And I think part of this is also like, I don't think this is a coincidence that two of the teams they've added are in the Midwest, and Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark playing Chicago and Indiana.
Yeah.
I see what they're doing there. Right? They're thinking about divisions. They're thinking about geographical stuff, and that's gonna be something they want, right?
Yeah, more games, a lot more games.
Mm-hmm. More games, more money, more revenue, and in cities like Detroit and Cleveland, who are well known for supporting their teams, even when they stink.
Especially when they stink.
Yeah, like when they stink, it's a different level of pride. Like, honestly, like sometimes the teams start to get good and then people get mad because I'm like, y'all took pride in losing. Like,
hey, but don't let that team be good.
Oh, yeah.
Right out the gate, out the expansion. Don't let that team be good.
Mm-hmm. Don't let them get a fan favorite.
Oh man.
Woo-hoo.
Oh man.
Woo.
It'll be all bad.
About to see all kind of craziness. By the way, it's always fun watching people on Twitter find out that like Cleveland is not what they think it is. Like, because people will talk about Cleveland online and then like get thrown into the Cleveland Hive and they're like, what the fuck is happening? Like, yeah, you thought this shit was Utah. It is not. Like, But yeah, let's get into the next subject. What would you want to bring up?
It's time to talk about them Steelers.
Hey, bro, what the fuck are they doing?
I kind of, when I saw the trade at first, I liked the trade until I found out that they had to trade Minka. And I was like, ooh.
They've gotten, this is the thing that's weird with them, right? So they got older than they were at quarterback last year, and they started Russ last year. They got older than they were at quarterback. They got older at wide receiver, and they just got older at defensive back. Jalen Ramsey's 30 and a half years old compared to Minka, who's like 28. So, why are they getting older right now? Like, these are moves, like, you usually are okay with advancing your timeline a little bit when you feel like you have a win now team. Do any of us feel like that about Pittsburgh?
No. I mean,
and when I say win now team, I'm not saying we might be able to get to the second round. I'm talking like conference championship expectations.
Their offense is just.
They went all in. They went all in on the team, and we'll let you go after this, Curtis. I apologize. But they went all in on this team. Like, I think defensively they'll still be fine. Like, I think they're still going to be good defensively. But like, I got real questions about that offense, dog. And I know Aaron Rodgers, like the whole Aaron Rodgers thing is part of it, but I don't think that offensive line is good. And I think they got one receiver.
Yeah, they got Jonnu Smith in that deal, who did have 800 yards last year, but he's not going to get 111 targets. He's going to get probably 70. We're talking about maybe 600 on good efficiency.
Because they still got Freiermuth too, right?
They got moves.
They got Freiermuth and they got Jonnu Smith. It's just
they drafted Darnell Washington, right? Like, he's going to have to play a little bit.
He might be expendable, if we're being honest.
Damn, for they line, they're going to have to put him
no,
on.
He not expendable with that line they got. They need him to play. He needs to block.
What side is the dude they drafted 2 years ago on? Is he on the left side now? Because they got no faith in that brother.
Broderick Jones. Their offensive line right now is Broderick Jones at left tackle, Fautanu on the other tackle. They got Frazier, they got Siumalu, and I think they got McCormick starting on their line. But just looking at their offense, I'm like, I don't know what to make of it. I feel like they got worse because they don't have a reliable wide receiver to opposite of DK. And they traded George Pickens for an older version, slightly better, but an older version of George Pickens with less crash out ability in him. It's just, I don't know what they're doing, man. Like, they're not close to winning a Super Bowl at all in any way.
And a lot of this hinges on Aaron Rodgers being good at 42 years old. And look, I know Pittsburgh fans are like, we're coming from Russ. How could we not be better than we were with Russ? And I understand that argument. It makes sense. But understand this. Aaron Rodgers has not made a team better in like 5 years. Like, you're expecting him to do something. This is my whole argument against like people who think that Joe Flacco could play 17 games. He hasn't done this shit since Obama was in office. Why in the world will we assume that he could just play 17 games now, like 10 years later? And that's my thing with Aaron. It's like, he's 42. If he was not capable of doing this at 38, what makes you think he's going to be capable of doing this at 40? In the AFC North.
They're just making a bunch of moves for the sake of it. Like, I don't get the logic behind it because let's say they go all in and they go do their usual 9-8, 10-7 routine just to get smacked in the wild card round. What now? You can't. They're not good enough to make a deep playoff run. They're not bad enough to bottom out. They're
going to have a quarterback who's retiring at the end of the year, or at the very least, going to act like he might retire.
They're in such a weird. I mean, I've been saying this about the Steelers forever. Like, they needed to blow this up for years now.
Oh, we haven't even mentioned. They're on bad terms with TJ Watt right now.
They're paying everybody but TJ.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's like disconnecting with me. You're winning now, but you're not going to bring back TJ? You're telling me on some level you're going to trade TJ Watt, but you're getting older at every key position.
They can't trade TJ, can they? They can't actually trade TJ. They're not going to actually.
I would argue it would make more sense for their future to trade TJ right now because, like, if you look at his advanced numbers and his like metrics that show if he's actually winning at the line of scrimmage, there was a time where he was parallel to Miles. It has not been recently. I mean, those numbers are anemic compared to Miles now.
Yeah, but he's
getting Miles money.
And he wants to get paid more than Miles. And I would not do that.
And like in 5 years, I'm not sure, brother, what that's going to be like. Like, it looks like it's happening fast with TJ Watt. Like, think about this. How fast did Miles' production, the big thing that people used to hold up against him, catch up with TJ?
It didn't take that long.
It caught up super fast, right? And now we're sitting here like, man, what does this really TJ have? You know, he runs up the middle. They drafted like so many edge rushers, which tells me they see it too, right? Nick Herbig, Alex Highsmith, Jack Sawyer.
Yeah.
They third round pick with Jack Sawyer, right? Third or fourth?
Jack he wasn't even a fourth, was he?
He was. I can check.
Was he fifth?
I think he was a day. He was day 3. He had to be day 3.
He was a day.
Day 3 is not. Yeah, maybe a fourth.
He was. Let me see. He was a 4th round pick.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And these are significant investments, like at the edge position. When you got the Browns, don't be drafting like a ton of edges.
Nah.
Yeah, Miles. The fuck we need to do that for? The Steelers, they seem to draft one every year for the last 3. And they traded for an edge and Preston Smith last year.
Also been drafting a bunch of defensive tackles too.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. Cam Hayward's like 1 million years old.
Still good though. Still good.
Still solid. I would argue he's been the superpower for TJ Watt this whole time. Hey,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, older he got, less effective TJ got. Like, he feels like there's a line there. Like, but nonetheless, before I get in the argument with all the TJ, I remember you motherfuckers in Cleveland, by the way, that used to go hard for TJ Watt, and I'll never forgive you.
I got a feeling. I feel like I know what part of that was about, but we know
what it was about.
We know what it's about. But.
They played in the Big Ten.
Miles SEC.
Yeah, you know he had one of them Southern schools. Like, TJ, a good old boy from Wisconsin. You know, like. But yeah. Come on, Cole. But anyways, just seems strange what Pittsburgh is doing. And like, this is where you gotta love being Pittsburgh. The benefit of the doubt they're getting is fantastic.
Absolutely.
People are just like, this makes absolutely no sense to me. I would criticize any other team if they made this move. Pittsburgh will be 10-6. And I'm like, hold on. Like, they traded for, we ain't even going to acknowledge the version of Jalen Ramsey they traded for. Like, is this Jalen Ramsey in the way that we knew him?
He ain't the lockdown Jalen Ramsey no more, but
is Jalen Ramsey as good as Denzel Ward at this point of his career? I would, without a doubt, take Denzel over him.
They're just such a weird team, man. All the moves they've made,
and
they don't make any sense.
Secondary player for 31-year-old Jalen Ramsey.
I can't believe they traded Minka.
And I would argue Jalen as a boundary corner ain't been the Jalen we remember since like the second year he was on the fucking Jaguars. Like, I think you traded for the name value of Jalen Ramsey.
They definitely traded for a bunch of big names. They definitely got a bunch of big names this offseason, which is not like the Steeler thing do.
It seems it's giving desperate vibes to me, honestly.
You know what I mean?
That's what I got from it.
Death rattle to me. Like, fuck
They're
it,
trying
let's get
to.
some big names. Aaron Rodgers, we're gonna bring in Aaron. We're gonna bring in Jalen Ramsey, y'all. We're gonna this is the team that has thrived on internal development and advancing timeline and not advancing timelines. And now they're just going at all these big names and advancing timelines at a reckless level.
I'm trying to chase the Super Bowl window that's not there.
And you gonna get rid of TJ too? On top of it, you gonna get rid of TJ? If they actually trade TJ,
getting rid of TJ might be the move that I approve of. Because if they sign TJ to a Miles contract,
they're screwed.
What timeline do you have at that point? Because you
basically have to win the Super Bowl this year.
Think about it like this, and they're not. And think about it like this: what is Jalen Ramsey going to look like in 2.5 years? When he's 33?
Hey, who's going to be throwing the ball to DK when Aaron Rodgers retires?
It might be Tua.
Like they signed DK for a whole bunch of money.
Who's the closest veteran that's like at the point to where they're going to become in that? Like, how a veteran at the end of their career, that's when they jump around teams a lot. Who's closest to that point in the NFL right now? I think Jared Goff's not there yet.
No.
Matt Stafford's not going to get to there. I feel like Derek Carr was the closest one that we were going to get in the recent field. But he was.
I don't think Tua's there yet.
Tua might be there.
I don't think he's there yet.
For other reasons, Tua might be there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Deshaun Watson? They gonna run the dice on Deshaun Watson? I would love to see it.
Nah, they're not gonna do it.
Like who's gonna be over the hill with Dak? They're gonna be
Maybe Dak.
Feel like Dak up next. Who's gonna be cooked next, Curtis? Who's up next for the cook? Who's up next to be cooked?
Oh, it's a tough one. I don't know. It's a tough one.
Is Kirk still going to play football next year?
Well, Kirk's cooked already. Kirk's already cooked. He's backing up somebody. They got that man backing up a brother who only wears a do-rag. It's over for Kirk. Like in today's NFL, yeah, it's over.
I'm trying to think who else.
Someone said that they need if they see. Look, here's the thing: if they trade TJ, I think that's actually a good move for Pittsburgh. I'm not going to be celebrating that, especially if they get a good haul.
How many first do you think you get?
We want the Steelers to do is double down on going all in.
I ain't giving up a first for TJ. I might give up something less than that.
Hey Curtis, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not usually this guy, but you can sell TJ Watt for a first round pick.
Yeah, you can.
You can sell that to an owner.
Yes.
Yeah, you thinking about this logically. Does the value hit on the football field? Hey, Mr. Owner, do you want to trade for a Watt brother? Hell yeah. Give him the first. Yeah, it's going to happen. They're going to get a first for him. I don't want that to happen because with the thing that's keeping Pittsburgh like this is they have no stability at the quarterback going forward. I ain't trying to compete with them to get the quarterback I'm trying to get next year. Okay, so now they can't get the quarterback. Go ahead, sign an extension. Do what's right. Do what's right by Pittsburgh. Give them
just a weird team, man. Just a weird team.
They have not been Steeler like the last 2 years, and I think we've kind of I think we are interestingly first on the scene with this kind of stuff, and maybe this is a situation where we're like a year or two early on this whole thing with Pittsburgh because that can happen. But I don't think the rest of the media sphere has caught on to just how strange Pittsburgh has been moving.
They have their so-called culture has been showing more cracks in the foundation the last couple of years that no one has yet to bring up, because over the past couple of years, when they have their second half collapses, more leaks have been coming out of the locker room. Players are throwing each other under the bus. More times than not, they're just doing it in a sneak dissing way. It's just I wouldn't say something's off, but they haven't been this model franchise the past couple of years. They've been a little bit more dysfunctional than I thought they would be. Not
They've been,
like S tier dysfunction, but it's been the cracks have been
it's
showing,
been
but
Jeff
they want to
Fisher
downplay
like.
it.
It's like you're really like 1 or 2 kicks away from being Jeff Fisher. Same kind of shit we used to hear out of Jeff Fisher teams. Oh yeah, there's some discontent, except for they make the extra field goals, so fuck it, they get the 2 extra wins. But it's really like Jeff Fisher, not that different. Mike McCarthy, it's not that different. It's really not that different. But yeah, we'll see what happens with Pittsburgh. Maybe they get it. Like even if they have a 12-win season, dog, I think they're gonna get smacked so easily by a real team. Like they can win 12 games, get Cincinnati in the 6th seed. I'm like, oh yeah, Cincy got that. No doubt in my mind.
Let's see, man. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting year to watch the Steelers.
Mm-hmm. This is gonna be another year to bet on the underdog Texans to win that playoff game. Hey, look, you would have made so much money the last 2 years if you would have done that shit. Like every year the Texans get to the playoffs, oh yeah, they're gonna get smacked by whoever's playing them. And every year the Texans get to the second round. Like, and then people act like it's a fucking disappointment. Like, someone said they're stuck in limbo, and I'm like, they're not even stuck in limbo. They're actively choosing to stay in limbo.
They need to blow that team up. Like they need to reset, but they don't want to.
I don't know why. I mean, there's nothing wrong with resetting. It's just they haven't been a legit Super Bowl contender since 2017. They've been a fringe playoff contender, and even when they got to playoffs, they keep getting embarrassed or getting the dog shit kicked out of them, or both.
The Steelers kind of remind me of a specific institution that I would not say on this show because it would be too polarizing. But I think Curtis already got what I'm getting at. I'll tell you after the show. Let's get to the super chats.
We got Ray Rags with $5. He basically said, "You guys tried to take a break. Then the Kansas Steelers says, we got some moves for you. Get you back on the. We got some moves for you. Get back on the pod."
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how many more times we do this.
Before I work, you just gotta check. You just gotta check that news feed every couple hours.
We waiting for the Cavs to do something drastic. That's all we waiting for.
They not gonna do it. They gonna be like, we got a huge announcement to drop. It's their team edition or their city edition jerseys or some shit.
I'm like, all right, don't care.
Block. Go ahead.
Our next one is from Ray Rags. That Jakob deal feels like a 2016 Lakers free agent contract.
We got to stop bringing up old Lakers stuff, man. Got to stop bringing it up.
Yeah, man.
That was a rough one for me.
Don't bring up the Magic Johnson era, man.
That was a rough
Cole
couple years for your boy.
To see the Lakers get sold because he could never forgive Jeannie for doing what she did.
It's just like, yes.
Somebody will stop you from hiring Magic. The crazy thing about that era, everybody knew it was a bad idea. Like, everybody, this thing was rumored for like 2 years before it happened. Everyone was like, this is gonna be bad if it happens. You don't hire Magic to do no actual job. And then they did it. And it went so much worse than we imagined. They got Rob Pelinka out of it, Cole. But yeah, I mean, kind of consider it.
If the new owners fire Rob, I will be loyal to them forever.
Did you imagine you would say that like 4 or 5 years ago?
No, but it is what
before
it is.
Before that LeBron ring, like, did you imagine you would ever feel this way about Rob Pelinka?
No.
We got another one.
Yeah, we do. Another one from Ray Rags. Ty played really bad, but so did everyone else. I don't think he should have been benched like he was, but less minutes for sure. I bet Ty was super pissed when he came in and scored 8, helped cut it down to 4, and got benched again.
Yeah, man.
Crazy.
They handled this in the worst possible way they
This was a teaching moment for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, they won't make the same mistake twice. Hopefully.
I hope they won't. You cannot guarantee that they won't. But this is one of those things where it's like, I absolutely hold it against you if it happens again. Right?
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, like, it would be malpractice for me to be like, oh no, it's fine. Like, no, that was an abysmal decision. Like,
what's next, Curtis?
Next one's from Ray Rax. He says, we need to make a point to remind people nobody averaged more than 31 minutes a game. I think that needs to change next season. I mean,
higher tips.
You could look at this in both ways, to be completely honest, though. Because
the injuries took us out.
Yeah, the injuries took us out. And like people are gonna say they need to play more, but like if they play more and then they get injured again, you gonna be like, why were they playing more minutes? So like I feel like it's a lose. It's a lose either way.
This is my whole point. You can never, like, you just can't have your strategy there's no way of avoiding injury. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. It can't factor into your decision making with your strategy. Like, Tiz played them boys 40 minutes a game. They had less injuries than us. That ain't nothing to do with no fucking strategy.
But the year before,
they
the
broke
Knicks
out.
got destroyed by injuries.
Which suggests to me this shit more random than anything. It's like, it is what it is, right? The Cavs did everything right by the book injury-wise. They sat their starters. They didn't play that many minutes. Even when they were in the playoffs, they sat their starters and didn't play them a ton of minutes during Miami because they had beaten the fuck out of them. Like, what could the Cavs have done to prepare for injury better than what they did against the Pacers? And you know what ended up costing them? 10 goddamn minutes they had to play longer because they didn't close the game out. 10 goddamn minutes.
It is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Like, trying to avoid injury in the NBA, it's just not a strategy. Like, every time somebody gets injured, I hate when people go online and be like, oh yeah, this could have been avoided. No, the fucking, like, you don't know. You don't know if it could have been avoided or not. We have no clue if it could be avoided or not. It's just stuff that happens.
Yeah, man. Hopefully, honestly, if I was them, I would probably do the same thing. Maybe I play Evan a little bit more because you want him to be ready to like end the games. Like, we will need you to score points, sir. But like outside of that, I wouldn't change up too much, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, this is like, what you gonna do about it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we could go, and it's like, you ever play SimCity?
No.
Well, SimCity has these things. You can get like a natural disaster in the middle of your game. Building the city for 20 years, doing everything right, doing all the math on your taxes and shit. Tornado come through, blow that whole bitch up. It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
I know you were furious. It sounds like you were furious.
Hey, bro, it's happened to anybody who's ever played one of them games, dog. Like, and you got to play with natural disasters on, because like, what, you ain't even playing the game at that point. If that you ain't playing with it on, you get a devastating earthquake out of nowhere. It's over. Now you rebuilding roads again. Hey, look, Pacers went through it right now. Incredible run, all the luck in the world. Boom, one Achilles injury. They rebuilding roads. It's over. It's over. Like, that run is done.
Oh man.
They like realized their potential and peaked all in the same offseason, all in the same postseason. It's crazy.
Losing in 7. That's how you go out. Losing in 7.
In the first 9 minutes.
Man, I would be destroyed. What's the next one?
Like, damn, I can't get to the second half.
Ooh.
This is from Ray Rags again.
Hey, look, I would just like to point out to folks, shit happens is a valid saying in sports, man. Like, a lot of times, shit just happened. The shit wasn't for you. Right? What's my whole point with every 6-7 game series in NBA history? It always boils down to shit happened. That's why we lost. Okay. Some shit happened. Like, go ahead, Curtis. My bad. Dog.
Yeah, next one. Next one's from Ray Rags. I would like to remind everyone Evan never took more than 13 shots in a game the whole playoffs, and he was shooting 58% from the field and 42 from three.
Evan Mobley, man. I will walk into his house one day and see a Tobias Harris poster up, and I'll be furious. Like,
oh, the famous tweet: if you need 18 points, Tobias is gonna get you 18 points. If you need 25 points, Tobias is gonna get you 18 points.
And the crazy thing is, like, Evan has the mindset of Tobias Harris with the skill set of somebody so much better than Tobias Harris. And it's like, why are you out here acting like you Tobias Harris?
Shoot the ball, son. Please.
Like, yeah, I need you to realize you are not Tobias Harris, Evan. But Evan be out here like, I'm gonna get my 13. I'm gonna fit into the offense. I'm like, bro, you are the offense at times. Like, you just need to take control of it.
Yeah, we need 20 points a game going forward, brother. We need 20 points.
The thing is with Evan, he can get you 20 and still have these fucking problems pop up because he's insanely efficient. Okay. Like, getting to 20 wasn't the problem for Evan Mobley. The problem was, hey, bro, you got 20 in 3 quarters.
End the game with 22.
You end the game with 23.
Like, what happened in between? Yeah. What happened in between all of this?
That's why I've been very specific with Evan. I know he's going to get 20 next year. It's obvious he's going to get 20 next year. I need you to have fourth quarter minutes, like points. I need you to be up there in fourth quarter points. I need you to average like at least 6, dog. At least 6. Like, get to the foul line a couple of times. We need to feel Evan's presence in the fourth quarter more often than we do.
What's the next one, Curtis?
Next one is from Ray Rags. Can we talk about Sophie Cunningham talking shit on the Cleveland Detroit teams like she doesn't play in Indiana?
Listen, man, like anybody who's hating on Cleveland getting a team they don't know nothing about the city and don't know anything about how important sports is to the city.
Hey, look, we've seen it before. The Cleveland jokes, the Cleveland lover fan line, the pipeline. Like,
it is what it is.
Sophie gonna be playing on the Cleveland Rockers and be like, it's just like no other place on earth here.
Yeah, whatever.
It's just different. Hey, look, I wonder what Donovan had to say about playing in Cleveland until he got here. Like, it's different. Now, also, look, man, you don't want to be no bad team in Cleveland.
oh yeah. If you ain't like Cleveland and you're on a Cleveland team that stink,
woo, we will pay money to move. Okay.
Confirmation bias is gonna hit you hard.
Hey, look, the W don't realize what they doing to these players because I think that's what they're reacting to. Bro, you added Detroit, Cleveland, and Philly. We all boo. Like, we all boo teams, dog. My boy Cody Davis, he got a job over with Detroit.com covering them, right? He came from Houston and covering like the Rockets and the Texans. And I was like, how you like it up north? He like, yeah, it's a little different. I'm like, yeah, I know what you mean. We angry up here. He's like, yeah, dog. They booed the Pistons in the preseason. I was like, yeah, it's how we do up here. It's how we do. You get a 10-0 run on you in the preseason, we booing you, dog. Like, it's going to happen.
Gotta let you know this is not acceptable. It's just not acceptable.
Nah, fire the coach. They are introducing unbelievable amounts of toxicity, like, into the face. Like, woo. Hey, look, you about to see a whole different type of Caitlin Clark hate once them teams start. Oh yeah, the disingenuous hate. And go, you imagine how Philly gonna hate on her?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, and look, it's gonna have Dave Portnoy shook because it's gonna be the white folks doing it to Caitlin Clark over there in Philly. She's fucking garbage.
Oh Lord.
What? Do we get news?
Hold on. Jake Fisher Jake Fisher said something. Hold on.
Or whatever. That's one thing.
Can y'all hear it?
Yeah.
Everyone wants to talk about LeBron potentially having this homecoming with Cleveland or going to Dallas or whatever. That's one thing we don't really have the space to talk about it on this show because there's plenty more. And I think the LeBron circumstances are going to be looming over the NBA for quite a while now. But I think that the same type of synergy of LeBron maybe one day going back to Cleveland to round out his retirement tour and come on a minimum or whatever and try to help the Cavs win a second ring. Like, I think the same similar postseason or just closing chapter outcome could happen for Damian Lillard with Portland at some point in time as well. It's a weak fuck.
So is that about LeBron or Dame?
He's basically saying that LeBron coming back to Cleveland is like hanging over the league, but like it would have to be. He can't come to the Cavs now. You know what I'm saying? Like he can't do it now, so it would have to be like.
It would have to be in between them blowing up the Donovan Mitchell era and into the Evan Mobley era,
or him taking a veteran minimum.
He's never going to do that.
Yeah, I don't ever see him doing that.
I think somebody broke it down that LeBron's been worth about $100 million a year to the league at minimum.
Yeah.
So he's not taking any. He's already taking a discount in his mind.
All right. What's the next one? What's the next one, Curtis?
Next one is from Ray Rags. He's talking about the Steelers. They're doing the 2013 Nets, but with knowing that all the players are over the hill plus DK.
I mean, yeah, kind of.
Is it the 2013 Nets or that fucking abysmal Lakers team that they put together that 1 year?
Oh, with Steve Nash and Dwight and yeah,
the arthritis Lakers.
No, man, it's something like that. Something like that.
Or I would argue, remember how the 2018 Cavs looked at the beginning of the season?
Oh yeah.
This feels a lot like it. Like, oh, Jalen Ramsey, he played on the Steelers. Team full of what did he play here? Okay,
the way the Cavs jersey is just so crazy.
Think about the amount DK in a Steelers jersey in a different number. Ugh. Aaron Rodgers at number 8 and in a Steelers jersey. Nah, that ain't gonna hit. Like Jalen Ramsey in a Steelers jersey. Ain't gonna hit. Ain't going. That's not how you remember him.
What's the next one, Curtis?
Next one is from Autistic Kid. He says Steelers and sell tickets in jersey mode. I don't think they're doing that.
You don't think they broke?
Nah, they not broke.
They're not that broke.
Or they might be looking to liquidate. Hey, look, there's been a lot of sports owners selling teams recently.
Yeah, it's time. It's a good time to get out. Time to get out. That's all I'm saying.
It's a more concerning sign than we know.
Recession indicator.
I believe we're already there. Okay. I believe we're beyond the point of indicators.
Next one is from Ray Rags again. If the Browns did this, like what the Steelers are doing, we'd be getting clowned all over the place. This is what trash franchises do.
This is what the Browns used to do.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
They get clowned for.
Yeah. Oh, Willie McGinnis. Yeah, it's going to change things. Remember we traded for Carlos Dansby?
Jesus.
Yes. The only move that ever worked out like that for Cleveland was Jamal Lewis.
Yep.
Every other move, we got a bunch of dudes that even diehard Browns fans like, when the fuck did he play in Cleveland?
Oh, man.
Jake
Kruger. Oh, it's a billion of those. What's the last one?
Last one is from Ray Rags.
Collins.
Evan better not beat Kevin Martin with shooting mentality. Let me get 20 in the first half and not shoot again.
Oh, Kevin Martin. Hooper. He was a bucket.
That's the thing with Evan that drives me nuts, man. I've seen this man get 30 in 3 quarters before. And I'm so furious because I'm like, why did he only get 30 in 3? Like, why did he get 40 in 4?
Like literally he literally just stopped shooting. Like what? Like bro, what is going on?
And it's not even like he's passing up shots, to be fair to Evan Mobley. It's just like, all right, Evan got 30. We're good. Like, we don't have to think about that anymore. Like,
hey, man, Ray Rags had me looking up what Kevin Martin used to do in the league. Kevin Martin was a bucket. Oh, my God.
Okay. Yes.
He was a bucket.
Was he on the Thunder? Was he on that original Thunder run?
He was on the Kings. He was on the Rockets.
I remember he was
Thunder.
Different. He was different in 2K.
Hey, he was special in 2K, bro.
2K.
He was special in 2K.
I remember this make me feel old, but I remember Flip Murray in 2K5, bro.
Man, 7 seasons, averaging over 20 a game. But
it's like CJ McCollum. We look at his stats, he's like, damn, CJ was hooping. Where the fuck he play? Oh. But he has like Sacramento, Oklahoma City. Is that Kmart?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Wow. But yeah, man. I think it's about that time.
It is. We done. We got no more super chats.
We done.
All right, y'all. Appreciate everybody for coming in. This is gonna be the last Q and Cole until August. We're coming back. So, just gonna take a little bit of a break here. Anything y'all got to say to the people before we head out?
Man, shout out to everybody who's been watching us. When we come back, we're gonna do some fun stuff. Shout out to everybody who watches the lives, everybody who super chats, especially the homie Ray Rags. Man.
We gotta do this Family Feud shit. I be seeing on my shorts feed. I be like, people be doing these Family Feud games. I'm like, Curtis, you're gonna have to do that. Hook that up.
Yeah, we're gonna put Curtis to work.
Like, do this insanely difficult thing. You can Google it. Yeah, hook that up, man.
We gonna figure it out. We gonna get some new guests on the show. We gonna work. We got some cooked up.
You need to grow a mustache so you can be our Steve Harvey. That's what I need.
All right, I feel like now it's the good time to sign off.
There it is. We need Steve Harvey.
Oh man. Oh Lord.
Try to go. Peace.